Well, big wins and bigger plans. This morning on Summer Spotlight, I really wanted to celebrate Journeyman Distillery as they are named Craft Distiller of the Year, Whiskey of the Year, yes, for the second time in a row, right along with other awards. With roots in Three Oaks, Michigan, dating all the way back to the early 1800s, Bill Welter helped combine his passion for golf and Scotch whiskey. You know, I can get behind that to help build up what we know over a generation drive as Journeyman's. So this morning, without further ado, bright and early for us here is Journeyman's Marketing Director, Ryan Van Splinter. Thanks for coming in, Ryan.
Thanks for having me.
Well, guys, the display says enough. What a year for Journeyman's. Can you tell me a little bit kind of about the scale of winning such an award and what you guys have been up to?
Sure. So as you mentioned, we won Whiskey of the Year for Ascot Awards, which, pardon me, prestigious award for all spirits across the world. So Journeyman, Corsets, Whips, and Whiskey is frankly up against 20-year-old scotches, single barrel bourbons from Kentucky. And honestly, for us, it's been an amazing process. As you know, the village of Three Oaks is about 900 people, full-time residents. So the award really put Journeyman on the map. Staymaker, our restaurant there, has seen an insurgence of people coming through, especially looking for Corsets, Whips, and Whiskey. So it's been amazing for us so far.
And I love coming up to visit you guys because my childhood home is down the road here.
Oh,
but
really?
Yes, my family will pack in the car for an hour drive just to come and see you guys because it is that good. And not just the whiskey, not just the food, but hey, again, that cross-country recognition here to spread the Journeyman name. But that's even going further now in Northwest Michigan, right? Over in Valparaiso?
So in Northwest Indiana, we're opening up in October of this year. The Three Oaks facility is actually around 45,000 square feet. It's got a distillery, a putting green, a restaurant, wedding and event spaces, and corporate event spaces. Now with Valparaiso, it'll be about 170,000 square feet, multiple restaurants. We'll have brewing operations as well as a new 35-foot Vendome column still.
What on earth is that?
So it's the Rolls-Royce of column distillations. So essentially what we're doing is expanding our production into Indiana as well as Michigan. So we'll still be distilling in Michigan, but we're expanding our operations, larger stills, larger output, to grow our national scale and to really increase our footprint on a national level for whiskey.
Oh, I love to see that you guys are kind of pushing that footprint now across the border too into Michigan because, hey, go Hoosiers too. But I wanted to talk a little bit about our pride of place that you guys have with Journeyman. If anyone's ever been for any artisan fairs or anything like that, the people really help make the whiskey and the food that much better. Tell me about what it's like working there.
Well, we like to say that the commodity is the experience. So we want you to come and be shrouded in whiskey hospitality and really understand that not all roads lead to Kentucky when it comes to whiskey. We want to focus on Midwest values, Midwest grain, and all of our grains for Journeyman spirits are focused around Illinois, Indiana, and Michigan. On our facility in Three Oaks, we have currently a 50-acre rye field that grows farm rye for a project that's coming out late 2025. But really working there, we really want to emphasize first customer. It's one of our core values. So when you come into the space, it could be your first time or your 50th time, you're shrouded in this hospitality, right? You could be having the worst day, but for us, how can we emphasize your day with whiskey, experience, and food? And honestly, coming into this Valparaiso, it's really a story of coming home. So as we talk about pride of place, that was the original, Bill Welter and his family are from Valparaiso.
Oh,
the original,
I see it now, the connection.
The connection, it's coming home, right? So in 2009, craft distilling was illegal in the state of Indiana. Hence, coming over to Three Oaks, Michigan, right across the border, creating this first distillery. So coming now back into 2023, 13 years into business, it really is focusing on coming home for the Welter family.
And quickly for me, clearly our display here, you guys have so many options, including our award whiskey winning one, Corsets, Whips, and Whiskey. What a mouthful to say here at 7 a.m. But can you tell me really what are those flavors and notes for our whiskey lovers out there that they might enjoy?
Yeah, so for those who don't know, all of the products are basically indicative of the space that we inhabit. So the Featherbone Bourbon, our building is the Featherbone Factory, which manufactured corset stays and buggy whips in the 1880s. So Corsets, Whips, and Whiskey is homage to that history. We create whiskey. E.K. Warren created buggy whips and corset stays.
Yeah.
So this 100% wheat whiskey, we source grain from northern Michigan. It's a soft red winter wheat. So on the taste profile for this, it's really your bourbon drinkers exclusion from bourbon. How can they break out of their category and try something new? So this is toffee forward, more caramel note. It has a lot of vanilla on it. And at cask proof, it drinks really smooth, has a nice body. This cherry pit spitter is a rye base, so 60% rye, but each bottle essentially has a half a pound of tart Michigan cherries macerated in each. So we purchased fruit from Leelanau Peninsula, so all, again, pride of place, focus on Michigan. Featherbone bourbon, Last Feather Rye, and Not a King Rye are really differentiating as far as their taste profile. So if you want more spice forward in an old fashioned, that Last Feather Rye shines really nice. And then it's not a King Rye. This has a high corn, high rye base with a little bit of barley on the end, and this is an homage to George Washington, as he was originally a distiller. So all of our products, taste profile wise, appeal to a wide varied audience. We do make gin. We also have vodka. We're coming out with an orange cello next week, so please come by for the summer.
And hey, these are all things that you can go taste at Journeyman Distillery in Three Oaks, Michigan, while that Valparaiso place is still being built and in the works at the moment. But hey, if you have any questions, if you want to follow along on the Journeyman journey, or even celebrate the Featherbone Factory here was that the 9th this Sunday? Are you guys doing a little celebration for it too?
Yes, thanks for bringing that up. We're celebrating our 100th year, or not our, but the building's 100th year. So we're doing an all-staff photo this Sunday on the 9th.
And Michiana, you'll have to catch all the details for that on the Summer Spotlight tab on abc57.com, or go follow Journeyman Distillery right on Facebook. Oh, it is so updated. Well, you'll be right in the know of everything you need to know about Journeyman Distillery. Ryan, thanks for being in with us this morning.
Thank you again for having me.
All right.